Hello everyone, Merry Morning here with a Witchy Haul video. These seem to be sort of one of my favorite videos to watch, so I thought I might put together one of my own. So this is all my witchy stuff that I've sort of picked up over the past month or so. So I have lots to show you. First off, I was at a very cool store in Hamilton, Ontario called Ways to Wisdom. People that know the area would also call it the Magical Boutique. It's been in Hamilton for over 30 years. The owner does tarot readings, he grows his own herbs, and he also makes his own incense. So there's some amazing stuff at this store, and it primarily is a bookstore. So there's so many books there to choose from. It's incredible. So start off with what I got at Ways to Wisdom. So let's see. We start with some of the handmade incense, which I believe I got dragon's blood. I've already burned a few, and they smell really nice and help clear the energy in the house, so I love those. And next I got some spell candles for healing and protection. So I'll be working on doing some spell work. And some herbs, which I have here: meadowsweet, frankincense and myrrh. And what I loved about their store is that they also give you a printout of all the fresh herbs that they carry. So the next time I go, I can just make my list. You can see there. Yeah, they carry a lot. So next time I'll make my list and I'll know what I want to pick up. I just kind of was there and I just grabbed some stuff. I've been there a few times. I haven't been there a lot because it is in the next couple of cities over. So it's a bit of a drive, but totally worth it. And when I picked up the herbs, I thought, okay, well, I got to stop by the dollar store and get some nice little glass jars, because if you're like me, you want to keep your herbs in nice little jars, and I keep them sort of tucked away in a cabinet. So I'll usually put them in these jars and label them, but I got a few jars. Here's some more that are so cute, and little teeny tiny ones. Could use these for spell bottles as well. And the next thing from Ways to Wisdom, so of course I had to get a few books while I was there. So last time I was there, I got some Laurie Cabot books, which are fairly hard to find around here. So I picked those up a few months ago. But The Power of the Witch, I believe. This time I picked up The Witch's Kabbalah, which looks really interesting. Now I haven't read these, so I can't give you a review, but I can just show you what I picked up. And Esoteric Empathy. Being an empath myself, I thought this might be interesting to sort of look at from a witch's perspective of being an empath. There is another vlogger that has done an excellent review on this book. I'll link below for it so that you can find it and watch it. And let's see, next up is something really special. So I have a friend that makes handmade wands, grounding rods. He does all sorts of neat stuff. He is on YouTube. You can find him under John Wheeler. I'll put a link as well. And I call him an alchemist because he does herbal stuff. He grows his own herbs. He makes his own concoctions, but he also makes things like wands and grounding rods and pyramids. But this is one of the wands I picked up from John. And you can see there's the two clear quartz on the end. There's crystals and I believe Oregonite in the middle. And it's just something about this wand, when you hold it, you just feel, you start to get that tingle of extra energy. So it works really well. This is great for drawing a circle if you want to do that. The other thing I have from John is a grounding rod. So this one plugs in. So you can see it's just got a grounding plug. So you only plug in the one here. And if you're feeling like you're just kind of zooming that day and you really need to feel a little more grounded, you know, down to earth, you can sit down with this, plug it in, sit down with this, and I'm telling you, within 10 minutes or so, you feel really calm. It feels good. Yeah, so you might want to check out his YouTube page for these. They're really cool. And the next thing I sort of picked up used. So we have one of those buy, used and sell and buy Facebook groups here in my town. And I get a lot of cool stuff off of there. But once in a while I can get some great kind of witchy stuff on there. I've gotten some great mirrors and some fairies and all kinds of stuff off of there. But this week I got some tarot cards. So I believe this one's called the Stained Glass Tarot. I haven't completely looked through them, but they're beautiful. I don't know if they're out of print or not, but from what I can tell, they're from the 90s. So there's that one. And I have to say this one is really my favorite. So it's Tarot of the Moon Garden. Oh, I just love the artwork in these. So this is, again, I think from the 90s. Not sure if they're out of date or out of print yet or not. You might be able to still get them. And there's the cards. Just some really pretty kind of fairies and the Hermit. Yeah. Beautiful. And I just love finding them used. I'm not one of those that will not use used tarot cards. I just cleanse them and I use them. You know, especially when I do reading for other people anyways, touching my cards, not that picky. I do keep one deck of cards that I use for myself only, but for the most part, my decks are touched by multiple people, so I'm not kind of weird about, you know, other people's energy on my tarot. But so that is it for right now. Some great stuff. If you're in Ontario, make sure you get to Ways of Wisdom. And if, oh, another place to get, you can get those wands by John at the 9th Vibration in Guelph, Ontario. So I'll put some links down below so you can find all the stores and the people that make things, so make it a little easier. But that's it for this week. Thanks. Bye.